Stacked bar charts. First, we're going to go through how to make a stacked bar chart using proficiency level. I'm going to start out using one of the skills that we learned in a previous video, which was making a pivot table. So I'm going to highlight all of my data, and then I'm going to go up here to Insert and click on Pivot Table. Click OK, and it will open a new sheet. I'm interested in looking at proficiency levels for students with disabilities, so I'm going to put special education status in the filters so I can look at special education students separately. I also want to look at proficiency levels by the schools in my district. So I'm going to find my school variable, which is here, enrolled school, and I'm going to drag that down to the rows. So I have 3 schools in my district, and I'm going to clear this blank. And then I want to put the proficiency achievement level in the columns for ELA. So I'm going to drag that down here, ELA achievement level, to the columns. I'm going to filter out those students who did not attempt in the blank. And then I'm going to drag this ELA achievement level again into the values. So now it's giving me the count of students at each elementary school that are in each proficiency level. I want to create a chart to represent this data. So I'm going to just click anywhere in this pivot table, and then I'm going to go to this Insert tab up here. And I always like to go to the recommended charts just to see what they recommend. So I'm going to click on that. And the way that I'm interested in looking at this data is I want to look at using the stacked column chart. It will show me each proficiency level and the percentage of the students in each elementary school that are in each proficiency level. So I'm going to click OK, and you can play around with charts to decide which ones best represent your data. Now I have a pivot chart here. So I can filter by students with disabilities by just clicking yes, special education status. And now I'm looking at only students with disabilities. And it's showing me here the different colors are their proficiency levels, 1, 2, 3, and 4. So blue is level 1, which is below basic. Orange is level 2, which is basic. The gray is proficient, and the yellow is advanced. Now I want to know what percentage of the students are in each category. So I'm going to right click on the bar, and I'm going to click Add Data Labels. So that's bringing up the number of students that are in that category. I'm just going to quickly do that for all of the different proficiency level categories. So, like I said, I want to know the percentage, not the number. So I'm going to go over here to Values in my pivot table, click the arrow like we learned in the pivot table video, and go to Value Field Settings, Show Value As, and then I want to do the percent of row total. That makes sense for the pivot table. So now I'm looking at the percent of students at each school in my district that are in each proficiency level. So we can see that it looks like elementary school 1 has the fewest percent of students that are in below basic and has a greater percent of students that are in level 2s, 3s, and 4s than the elementary school 2 and middle school 1. This is a good way to be able to compare different groups in one chart. Now to format the colors of this chart, we can click on some of the bars, right click, and you can see that you can fill it with different colors. You can outline the chart with different colors. You can click on the text and you can come over here to Home and you can make that font size as big as you want or as small as you want. So just play around with the charts by right-clicking, and then you can also go to this Format Data series, and this is going to bring up a lot of different options. The gap width between the different bars, whether or not they overlap. So my advice would be is just to play around and see what all of these things do. These are just formatting options for your chart.